Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Deniz Marti. I study human decision making and how cognitive biases influence our decisions. In this video, I'll talk about stereotypes and implicit biases in our decisions, especially in the context of women in STEM. Let me start with this simple yet profound idea. Your brain is a prediction machine. Every second of the day, our brain is scanning the environment, categorizing information, making rapid judgments, all to reduce the uncertainty around us and help you function efficiently in this complex world. So this efficiency is not a flaw, it's part of our human cognition. But like many powerful tools, it comes with a cost. Stereotypes. Stereotypes simplify the world, but they do it by distorting reality. So when brain categorizes people and stereotype people, for example, it tends to do two things automatically. One, overestimate differences between groups, and second, underestimate variation within groups. So instead of seeing individuals, we begin to see representative of categories. So people tend to overestimate the differences between men and women, for example, and say women as a group prefer non-technical fields. Or they tend to underestimate the differences within women, because we do know that women love engineering. Some of them are indifferent, some avoid due to some climate or simply not interested, some switch after exposure, whereas gender explains less variance than personality, training, exposure, and opportunity, but we tend to overestimate or underestimate the differences. And this is where implicit bias enters the picture. So what is an implicit bias? Implicit bias refers to automatic, often unconscious, associations that influence our judgments and decisions, even when they conflict with our stated beliefs. This is very different from explicit bias, which involves attitudes that we're aware of and may openly endorse. And stereotypes are the mental shortcuts. Implicit biases is what happens when we use them without realizing it. An example of a stereotype would be, men are naturally better at math. This is a belief about a group, right? A person might unconsciously or consciously reject it, yet still may be influenced by it. Whereas the implicit bias would be, a professor calls on male students more often in problem-solving sessions, for example, without noticing. No intention here, no hostility, but their behavior differs. That is an implicit bias. In this next video, I'll explain the common cognitive biases that are relevant to gender stereotypes and biases, and implicit biases specifically. See you in the next video.